You've watched 1,000 TikToks promising get rich in 30 days blueprints. You've downloaded every budgeting app ever invented, tracked those latte dollars down to the last cent, and built spreadsheets that would make NASA jealous, yet your bank account still feels like a punchline. You've memorized acronyms 50, 30, 20 and dabbled in every side hustle known to humankind, from dog walking to print-on-demand undergarments. And what do you have to show for it? A coffee-stained rejection email from your landlord, and a persistent sense that you're one algorithmic feed away from enlightenment. Here is the naked truth. The world is drowning in money hacks. They're shiny, they're short, and they promise overnight transformation like financial fast food. But hacks are snacks, not meals. They give you a sugar rush of satisfaction, and then leave you hungrier than ever. While you're busy optimizing pennies, the real money game is happening in the boardrooms, in your career negotiations, and in the habits you haven't bothered to build. So before we chase more shortcuts, let's ask, why are we so obsessed with the quick fix in the first place? And that, my friend, is the irresistible pull of the quick fix. It promises transformation without commitment. Picture the average hack seeker, arms laden with color-coded sticky notes, 5 different budgeting apps, pinging their phone at once, and a spreadsheet so convoluted it requires its own user manual. They wake up excited to learn the one weird trick that will magically funnel truckloads of cash into their account, only to crash face first into reality when the only thing they've optimized is their anxiety levels. We adore quick fixes because they're low-effort dopamine machines. Skip a coffee here, cancel a subscription there, and boom, you're a financial guru. This lure of an easy win feels like winning the lottery without buying a ticket. Plus, it's endlessly entertaining. Watching someone parlay dumpster dive profits into a passive income empire is basically the YouTube equivalent of reality TV. We get hooked on the promise of sipping margaritas on a yacht by next summer, all without changing a thing about our day job or spending habits. But here is the painful catch. Hacks aren't designed for sustainability. They're designed for clicks. They give you a taste of progress, just enough so you'll chase the next hack, and the next and the next. Meanwhile, the few dollars you save on lattes or streaming services are swallowed whole by rising rents, stagnant wages, and the compounding cost of impulse buys. So before you binge watch another hack tutorial, remember the allure of the quick fix isn't about solving your money woes. It's about keeping you scrolling. And that scrolling, it's costing you more than you think. Here is the thing. Generic hacks are about as effective as a screen door on a submarine. You're told to automate your $5 lattes, so you cancel Starbucks, switch to instant coffee, and slap an S sticker on your Keurig, thinking you've struck gold. Meanwhile, your rent's due, groceries cost more than your grade school dreams, and that refund check from last year's tax adventures ends up funding 3 impulse buys on Amazon. Generic money advice assumes every wallet is the same shape and size, but your life isn't a template you can just copy-paste into a one weird trick tutorial. You might have student loans, medical bills, or the world's most expensive hobby guitar pedals. I'm looking at you. So when you trim your morning frappuccino budget by 20%, you're essentially rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic. Sure, the cappuccino section shrank, but the iceberg of your actual expenses is still looming. And here's the kicker. Even if you stack 20 of these generic hacks together, the compound effect is negligible. You'll save a few $100 a year, great for a plane ticket to Bali, terrible for escaping the paycheck to paycheck cycle. No matter how many free trials you cancel or coupon codes you clip, the core issues income, career growth, spending aligned with values remain untouched. So let's stop treating money management like a side quest of micro savings and start focusing on the main storyline that actually levels you up. But beneath these superficial savings lies a battlefield of your own making. The psychological traps that keep your wallet in chains. First up, instant gratification. The siren song of impulse buys. That flash sale email hits your inbox, and suddenly you're a bargain hunter on a mission, adding things to your cart you didn't know you needed. Meanwhile, the satisfaction of ticking off save $5 on coffee evaporates faster than the dopamine high from a midnight Amazon spree. Then there's analysis paralysis. With an endless buffet of top 10 lists, side hustle blueprints, and budgeting frameworks, your brain short circuits. Should you try envelope budgeting, the 50, 30, 20 rule, or dive into crypto day trading? You end up researching so much that you never actually do anything. Congratulations, you're now an SEO certified financial wizard who can muster the courage to press subscribe on a single investment platform. Add a scarcity mindset into the mix, and you got a perfect storm. You hoard pennies like they're gold bars, terrified to spend on anything that doesn't feel absolutely necessary. But this fear of spending also traps you in a cycle of missed opportunities. That networking event, that professional course, that well-deserved break that could recharge your productivity. These psychological pitfalls aren't solved by another checklist or hack. They require self-awareness, mindset shifts, and yes, a willingness to invest in yourself before you even think about clipping another coupon. Then there's the dreaded duo, information overload and decision fatigue. You start your day scrolling through finance TikToks, switch to a Reddit deep dive on dividend investing, then hop over to a newsletter on credit card, churning all before breakfast. By the time you've absorbed someone else's 8th side hustle idea, your brain is begging for mercy. Every article promises to be the holy grail of wealth, the ultimate saving hack, the secret to passive income. This one trick turned a janitor into a millionaire. But here's the problem. Your cognitive bandwidth is finite. Every click costs mental energy, and every choice chips away at your willpower. Pretty soon, deciding what to have for lunch feels like launching a startup. Decision fatigue kicks in, and you default to autopilot, late night impulse buys, mindless subscriptions, or worse, doing nothing. You know you should be investing, negotiating, or even just reading a personal finance book, but you're too exhausted from choosing between free versus versus premium budgeting apps. So you end up stuck in analysis limbo, too many options to act, too drained to decide. Meanwhile, time and potential gain slips through your fingers. It's like standing at a buffet with every dish imaginable, but being too overwhelmed to put any food on your plate. What if instead of grazing, you picked a handful of proven dishes and feasted? That's where real progress starts. Acknowledging the grind isn't just about personal hacks, it's also about the system you're up against. Let's be real, wages have barely budged while rent and living costs skyrocket. You can trim every latte, but your landlord isn't accepting coffee grounds for rent. Corporate hiring algorithms favor seniority and pedigree, not hustle. Wall Street banks reward insiders, not your latest side hustle spreadsheet. That said, blaming the system entirely is its own trap. You wouldn't wait for a vending machine to stock your favorite snack, you'd bring your own. Personal habits still matter, how you negotiate your salary, the risks you're willing to take, the skills you choose to develop. It's about playing the cards you're dealt and sometimes reshuffling the deck. So yes, there are ceilings erected by macroeconomics and policy, but there are also levers you can pull. Networking with intent, pitching value instead of price, automating savings so you never miss the turn, and investing in the skills that make you indispensable. In other words, don't treat systemic barriers as a free pass to do nothing, but don't dismiss them either. The real power lies in navigating both worlds, adapting to the rules while bending them in your favor. Here's the good news, you already have the ingredients for real wealth. You just haven't been using them. First, budgeting isn't about squeezing every last drop of joy from your dollars. It's about aligning your spending with what actually matters. Instead of color coding every expense to save 10 cents, ask, is this purchase moving me closer to my goals? That mindset shift turns budgeting from a chore into a compass. Next, income diversification isn't some 5-figure fantasy. It's a survival strategy. Sure, your day job pays the bills, but what happens if you lose it? Think micro side hustles that leverage your existing skills, freelance writing, tutoring, consulting, even selling digital templates. Each stream might be modest alone, but together they form a financial waterfall that keeps flowing when one tap shuts off. Then let's talk negotiation and self-advocacy. You wouldn't let a stranger pay you less than you're worth, so why would you let your employer? Preparing a data-driven case for a raise or pitching a premium rate to a client can be the difference between scraping by and living comfortably. And it's not just about more money, it's about knowing your value. Finally, remember that habits compound. A monthly investment of $50 feels small until you check your portfolio in 5 years and realize you've quietly built a nest egg. These aren't sexy hacks with neon thumbnails, they're the slow burn strategies that actually work. So go ahead, binge that 8-second hack video. Just don't forget to spend the rest of your time mastering the real skills your bank account actually needs. Step 1. Audit your lifetime. Money, energy. Start by mapping out where your resources actually go. Track your expenses not to shame yourself, but to spot the leaks. Identify time sinks, endless scroll sessions. Anyone? Money drains, unused subscriptions, impulse purchases, and energy vampires activities that leave you stressed, not fulfilled. This isn't about guilt, it's about data. You can fix what you don't measure. Step 2. Set micro goals that compound. Forget grand declarations like, I'm saving $10,000 this year. That's paralyzing. Break it down. Aim for an extra $50 a week. That's 3 coffees worth of savings or a single high-value freelance gig. $50 per week becomes $2,600 per year. Small wins build momentum and keep you motivated far longer than distant, abstract targets. Step 3. Automate the right things. Automation isn't a hack, it's a habit engine. But don't automate every penny, focus on the big levers. Set up recurring transfers to an emergency fund and a retirement account. Automate your bill payments to avoid late fees. If you invest, automate dollar cost averaging into index funds. Let your system do the heavy lifting so you can spend your mental energy on opportunities, not on remembering due dates. Step 4. Invest in skill building and income diversification. Hacks won't boost your earning power, skills will. Dedicate a portion of your audit time to identify higher ROI skills, negotiation, coding, writing, public speaking. Allocate part of your micro goals budget to online courses or certification. Launch one small side hustle leveraging those skills, freelance consulting, digital products, or tutoring. Multiple income taps make you recession resilient. Step 5. Review and adapt quarterly. Treat your financial plan like software iterate. Every 3 months, revisit your audit, check your micro goal progress, and tweak your automations. Did you outgrow a side hustle? Shift resources elsewhere. Did a new expense crop up? Adjust your micro goals. Hacks are experiments, not commandments. Run the data, learn fast, and pivot. And there you have it. 5 real sustainable steps that actually move the needle. No neon thumbnail gimmicks required. Remember, hacks are fun for an 8-second dopamine hit, but they'll never replace the slow burn of compounding habits and strategic action. So the next time someone promises you get rich, quick smile, nod, and keep building your own foundation. Thank you for sticking with me. Your time and attention mean more than any hack ever could. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe, share your wins and struggles in the comments below. I read every single one. Until next time, keep building, keep growing, and I'll see you in the next video.